Hey, welcome to this week's 3-minute Parents Timeout, and I've got a really good one for you today. It's our very first one ever, so I'm pretty excited to start this series. We've never done a YouTube series before. And what I want to get into today is when parents disagree or when caregivers disagree, because this happens, I think, a lot more often than is commonly heard about. And that is, in fact, the subject of We Turned Out Okay for this. It's part of a series called the Common Parenting Challenges series. And I got into it because a mom asked me, oh my God, what do I do when my husband and I are not on the same page? And I really, really loved that idea. So I just want to give you a quick little snippet. It's a 3-minute parents timeout. So that's all we're going to get into today. And if you want to hear more, you can always go to WeTurnedOutOK.com. Naturally, I don't have the number. I believe it's in the early 140s of podcast episodes. So WeTurnedOutOK.com/ say 140 or 141. And parents disagree, as you know, we've said before. It's like there's times when you don't want to give into a temper tantrum, maybe, and your husband or wife does, right? If you feel like they've had their screen time today and you don't want them to have any more, but yet you find them plopped in front of a screen by your spouse. Those are tough, tough things. They do happen to all of us. And I think we really dig into this because we often think like, why can't they just be on the same page? My page is the right page. Why can't they be on the same page? And we just don't all work the same way. So maybe your spouse doesn't have any idea really that was a thing for you. Maybe they don't know, like you do, that if you give into a temper tantrum, it makes all the successive temper tantrums that much longer and that much harder to deal with and more frequent because they think, well, I'm going to deal with this by giving into it and that'll be fine, and it really, really isn't. So the one quick little tip I want to give you today is to choose to first of all acknowledge that sometimes you're going to have to talk about this stuff away from the kids and to choose what we think of kind of as a safe word, so that whenever you say this word, either of you, or your spouse knows that it's time to take this conversation away from the kids and bring it to someplace private so that you can have a good discussion and everybody ends up on the same page. That's really, really what we're working towards here, is to have everybody on the same page, both parents. So we do use a safe word in our house. It is a very silly word, and you can find out what it is by going to WeTurnedOutOK.com / hopefully 140 or 141, and that will let you know. I think it's 141. I hope so. So that's it for this 3-minute parenting challenge. If you want to hear more about how to get and stay on the same page with your spouse, go on over to WeTurnedOutOK.com and listen to the podcast. Bye.